Today, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints versus Andy Dalton and the Carolina Panthers.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams, and the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. Here comes the All-Pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
And Carr continues to produce good numbers on paper. He completed over 68% of his passes last season while also throwing 25 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. But as impressive as those numbers are, the numbers he's seeking, big numbers in the playoffs. And we expect him and his team to be back in the playoff mix when January rolls around.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the wide, and they hold him to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, it's Carr. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Oh, what a move. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Dalton.
He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And really burst onto the scene in his last year at South Carolina. 2nd in the SEC in receiving yards with 1,255. But you see the style. Explosive, physical. Tough matchup for any corner.
And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9.
Andy Dalton.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After the field goal, on to kick it away, it's Pinheiro.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Carr now on 1st down.
There's Chris Olave.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3 and out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, they'll throw with Carr.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And taken right on the 30. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. First and 10 for Dalton.
Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards there for number 15.
That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A give, running right, it's Hubbard.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
To throw here, Dalton.
He'll find the former Steeler, Deontay Johnson.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
Now Thomas, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas taking it in from a yard out.
And the Panthers are able to widen their advantage.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he powers his way up past the 30. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now Carr.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now Carr. Completes it to Perry. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And this offense has been a little slow to get going, but some signs of life here in this second quarter. They're moving it pretty good, and that helps the cause as well. Good yardage and another first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Tries it left side and finds Olave. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, but that last one earning them a new set of downs.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Carr. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal. Carr going to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Chris Olave from 3 yards out. And the Saints are back within a score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Late groupie now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Dalton. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Passing, it's Dalton. Complete, it's Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And that's a good job there of knuckling down as an offense. You're trying to avoid 3 and out at all costs. And after 2 straight incompletions, this one's on target, and they're able to keep the chains moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Dalton now to pass.
That's over the middle and caught by Mingo.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson.
And he's got this down to the 35. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 33, here's second down and 7. Here's Dalton. That's swung out wide to Sanders. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
They're just going to run a drive route here with their tight end. Let him get upfield about 10 yards and then move toward the middle of the field. This ball's right on target, and it results in a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second down and 8. And Dalton to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Dalton. There's Trimble, the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Carr.
Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
Olave holds it in.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw his Carr.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Juwan Johnson,
45 yards.
and the Saints are an extra point away from taking the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Here's Groupie for the PAT.
And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Carolina offense about ready to go.
And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And that's complete to Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That one completes him again. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
So Dalton now.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Another chance for Dalton.
He's got Mingo.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Dalton.
They'll drop that down to Hubbard. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Second and 10.
Here's Dalton.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Andy Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Carr.
The pass caught by Olave.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Coming left is Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Shotgun now for Carr.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw, it's Carr.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
There he goes left side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It's a gain of 35. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Dalton here from the gun. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. Looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw here, Dalton.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
At their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
This one taken in by Olave.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Trying the left side with Kamara. And he's got some space here. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway.
Alvin Kamara.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
70 yards.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Groupie for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And Dalton and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This is 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Dalton. Throw out wide is incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Dalton. That is caught, and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant, and he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Dalton off play action. Johnson's got it complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now 2nd and 9. Carr now to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Love when the playbook comes to life and the execution is there. Man coverage on the outside. And if you like the matchup and you feel like your receiver can get the position he needs, you just throw it up there and let him do his thing. We see this a lot now with back shoulder routes and things like that. And this is a nice job to go up and get it. And they pick up a first down.
Carr now on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Another big-time play there by Clowney, who spent his college career at South Carolina. He really now has returned home as a professional to help the Panthers get back on track. Back in the area, getting after QBs.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Third and 12. Here's Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And Carr's throw complete there to Perry. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is second and less than a yard. Play action. Now it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Dennis Allen, he makes a call, and his offense stays put. They're going to go for it. Now Carr on the bootleg. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Groupie able to add the PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Panthers about ready to take over. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Dalton now to pass. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle.
Well, they got a takeaway on the last drive with an interception. How about this sack as a terrific follow-up? And that keeps pressure on this offense, and it could force them into more rushed decisions or another turnover.
The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. Dalton. Under pressure, they got him again. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to air one out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10.
At their own 37. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He completes it to Olave.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Carr now on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Dalton and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That one completes him again.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And Dalton to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Kamara off the draw. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Carr to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Kamara up the middle. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
They'll run again. And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him.
It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.